Protests outside the New York Post were one thing. Protests inside that newspaper, quite another. Our third story in the countdown, an associate editor of Rupert Murdoch's traditionally criticized and you're fired tabloid has emailed her colleagues agreeing with their disgust that the paper published a racially charged cartoon depicting the writer of The Stimulus as the crazed chimpanzee shot and killed Monday by Connecticut police. The email, and thus the evidently large internal dissension, became public. Even before several hundred people protested outside Murdoch's News Corp headquarters today, Huffington Post revealed that email from Post associate editor Sandra Guzman to other unnamed employees at the newspaper. It read in part, "Please know that I had nothing to do with this Sean Delonis cartoon. I neither commissioned or approved it. I saw it in the paper yesterday with the rest of the world, and I have raised my objections to management." The Reverend Al Sharpton says the protests will continue tomorrow, and filmmaker Spike Lee will join them then. Also that he will be contacting the Federal Trade Commission in hopes of getting it to revoke or at least inquire into a special waiver of its rules which permits Murdoch to own several TV stations and a newspaper in the same city. As to today's editions of the Post, no mention of the controversy, and the cartoon itself can still be accessed at the New York Post website. Joining us now, Michael Wolff, columnist for Vanity Fair, author of the book The Man Who Owns the News, Inside the Secret World of Rupert Murdoch, and founder of the website Newser.com. Good evening, Michael.
How are you?
Not bad. And yourself?
I'm just fine.
Good. The usual Murdoch stonewalling seems to have been chosen first in this case. Is it going to work this time?
No, because I don't think it involves Rupert Murdoch. I think the secret of this, and the really interesting development here, is that Rupert Murdoch is not happy with this. I would say, actually, slightly educated speculation is that he's livid. This is not what Rupert wants. This is not where he wants to be. He's actually rather a fan of Barack Obama's. Plus, he's positioning himself vis-a-vis this new administration. So for his New York Post to come along and be so out of sync, so tone deaf, so off the point, to put it mildly, is going to be a problem for a lot of people there.
So the people who would ordinarily be in trouble in this scenario, which would be the editor, Ms. Guzman, and whoever she was answering, you don't take News Corp secrets outside of the building under any circumstances.
Yeah, I think
they're okay now?
Yeah, no, I think she's fine.
Wow.
The person who's in trouble is the editor of the paper, Carl Allen. And Carl Allen, who's a longtime Murdoch associate, very close to the Murdoch family, has pushed it too far. This is a serious moment in the history of the New York Post.
So how does this end up? Does it obviously, if he's upset, they're not going to ignore it. Does at some point in the future Carl Allen disappear? Is there a private apology?
No. I think he's disappeared. I mean, Carl Allen is coming to the end of his run. He's spoken about the possibility of going back to Australia, and I think this is part of an exit. I think Carl has been deeply frustrated with the fact that Murdoch likes Barack Obama, that Murdoch is becoming actually sort of in his old age rather liberal, and I think he's been under a lot of pressure. Carl has, toe the line, say nice things about Barack Obama, and I think it exploded here.
Yeah.
I think this, and I know exactly what happened. This cartoon came in. It crossed his desk. It crossed Carl Allen's desk, nobody else. And he looked at it, and he probably said, I should probably send this back because this is, but he said, I'm going to go with it. And it was just one of those moments that an editor makes a call that's career-defining.
That's the internal. Is there any external, or will we never hear anything about this again from Rupert Murdoch's lips or anybody else in the Post?
We will never hear of it. It's that interesting News Corp thing that they can just close down about something, and since they don't respond to outside pressure, the outside world does not exist. They will just pretend. It will just close down. Never again.
And we'll hear about it 8 years later, like I finally heard about why they got rid of me in 2001. I didn't hear about it until 2009.
Absolutely. It will just happen. It will go from Murdoch's ears to maybe one other person's ears, and then it will just happen. But again, never again. And in no Murdoch publications around the world will this ever surface.
And there's nothing to this Sharpton-Murdoch waiver bid? That's not going to go anywhere, going to the FTC?
Oh no, that will go nowhere. That's Al always brings this up, and nobody fools around with Murdoch when it comes to regulatory policies. He's been there. He can outflank everyone, and I think Al is making his point, and making his point well, and he's using that to sort of say, and it's sending a little message to Rupert, our message which Rupert is getting, which is the times are changing.
Right. Michael Wolff of Vanity Fair, his definitive book on this subject is The Man Who Owns the News Inside the Secret World of Rupert Murdoch. Very insightful, very entertaining. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.